Prendre la place de Samuel. 35 victoires.
Bonjour Nagui, bonjour tout le monde.
36 800 euros.
Tout le monde veut prendre sa place, or everyone wants to take their place when translated, was a unique quizzer that's been running on France 2 since July 3rd of 2006. It was originally hosted by French TV and radio personality and comedian Nagui Fam, better known by just his first name, Nagui, and that was something he held throughout his whole career. He would leave the show in 2021 and would be replaced by veteran host Laurence Boccolini. She would leave in 2023 and would be replaced by comedian Anthony Lambert, best known by his stage name Jari. However, his stint would also be short as he would leave after just 1 year. And since that time, the show has been hosted by veteran host Cyril Ferrand. The show can best be described as a quiz strategy game with 6 new contestants, all vying to unseat the returning champion, who watches the proceedings from their throne and has some champion's advantages. Hence the name of the show, everyone wants to take their place. The first round is Les Qualifs, or an abbreviation of the qualifiers. After an interview, each contestant is asked 2 questions. After the host reads the question, the contestant has 3 options. They can choose either cache or hide and keep the question open-ended, carré, squares, and turn the question to a 4-choice multiple-choice question, or duo, making an either-or option. Hide correct answers worth 5 points. Squares is worth 3, while duo is worth 1. The 4 highest point scorers at the end of this round move on to the next round. If there's a tie for 4th place, in what is the first example of a champion's advantage, the champion simply chooses who moves on and who goes home. And there's some strategy in that for a champion since they can eliminate a potentially more difficult opponent. The second round is La Compé, or an abbreviation of the competition. Why all the unnecessary abbreviations, I don't know. 4 contestants are asked 8 questions each. 3 duos, 3 squares, and 2 hides, with the same point values as the earlier round. This time the contestants lock in their answers via hidden buttons on their podium. All the questions will revolve around the same subject matter, which gives them a chance. The contestants are advised of this subject ahead of time, so they have a chance to do a little boning up.
Bone! Bone! Bone!
After the 8th question, each contestant then faces their own 9th question, called the Super Cash or Super Hot. And this time the champion picks a question for each challenger. So again, the champion has some influence on the game. A correct answer adds 5 points, but a wrong answer deducts 5. So for a potential 10-point swing, this could really bone a tough opponent.
Bone! Don't ever speak to me like that again.
After all these questions, the contestant who has the highest score is the winner and goes on to take on the champion in the final round. If there's a tie, the champion chooses who will face them. Final round is called the Défi, or the challenge. In it, the surviving challenger faces the reigning champion head-to-head. To begin, 4 categories are shown. The champion chooses one subject for themselves and one for their opponent. If the champion chooses a subject that challenger had previously stated would be the one they would have picked, then that is revealed, which is going to affect the strategy for the champion. Later on, you'll see. Each player is then asked 6 questions. After hearing the question, they have the same options as the first round of duo, squares, or hide. Same point values of 1, 3, and 5, respectively. The challenger goes first. Their answers are locked in, but the results not immediately revealed. So therefore, when the champion plays, they have to pretty much estimate how their opponent would have done. Once the champion is played out and their answers are revealed immediately, the challenger's results are revealed. Highest score is the winner and picks up €100 for each point that the challenger scored. So there's some strategy here too for the champion, since they could potentially go for more money by giving the contestant a category that they might actually be better at. Or they could just give them a really hard category and just accept less money. And if both contestants finish in a tie, then the champion wins. However, if the challenger does win, in addition to the money, there is still one last hope for the champion to retain their crown, and that's with the buyout. The champion can offer the challenger any or all of their previous winnings to just step down as the champion and allow them to continue instead. Whatever amount they offer is added to their winnings from that day. Should they accept it, then the champion wins no money for that day, but gets to stay on. Of course, if the challenger does accept it, well, the champion's done and goes away for whatever they want up to that point. So, because it is very possible for a returning champion to actually lose a number of games and still stay on, there have been some champions who have had incredibly long runs on the show. On this side of the world, Ken Jennings is considered to be the world record holder with 74 consecutive wins. But on To Le Monde, the longest reigning champion is a woman named Marie Christine, who won 213 games and total winnings of €196,900. But of course, those comes with an asterisk because she actually lost 5 games, and it's unclear if she did win more than 74 in a row at any point. But still, when you read it like that, it kind of makes Ken's streak seem a little insignificant in comparison. Champions, incidentally, also won a bonus prize when they hit certain milestones. A 10th, 30th, 50th, or 200th win would win them a trip, and a 100th win originally awarded them a car. But beginning in 2003, the car was changed to a trip. What makes To Le Monde stand out is the look of the show and the party atmosphere. It's colorful set and lighting, a very energetic audience, and an energetic host in Nagi. Nagi would host the show for 15 years before he left in 2021. He would later state the reason he left was simply because of creative differences with the producers of the show. When the producers wanted to expand the show from 30 minutes to 45 minutes, but keep the format as is, Nagi objected to that, as it would mean he would have 15 more minutes of airtime that he would have to ad-lib through to stretch the show. And he didn't want to do that, as he felt like it wasn't his strong suit. He suggested instead that they add to the gameplay. They couldn't meet halfway, so the really odd thing is it wasn't long before Nagi left that the producers started making changes to the format, like adding another question to the qualifier round. So I can't imagine Nagi didn't take that personally. And typically changing a host, especially a long time one, can really cause a strain on the show. But fortunately, none of Nagi's successors did a bad job. Morales had good energy and rapport, but her casting had some mixed reactions. Even though she was a veteran host, she had previously done the Meilleur Faible, the French version of The Weakest Link, and that sort of got her typecast with a bit of a bad rap for being mean. And she had an uphill battle following in popular Nagi's footsteps. Her humor wasn't quite up to Nagi's level either, but overall she did okay. Jerry also did a nice job. He had the humor, but could border on a bit obnoxious at times. And Sylvia LaFellow has been one host who's had the more unusual style since he tends to take it a little bit more seriously. Although he does have fun, he's a little more quick to call the audience to order when necessary and just focus on keeping the game moving. But it's not enough that it completely kills the buzz for everybody. So it works. And despite having gone through so many hosts in recent years, format continues to be a success in France and has even found a bit of success in other countries. In Japan, the format called Renzoku Quizu Hirodo On, or Continuation Quiz Hold On, ran from 2012 to 2014. In Algeria, the show is still running and has been since 2018, and the format's been piloted a number of times for the UK, called Hold On to Your Seat. Producer Michael Davies has also attempted to shop the format around to the United States, but it seems it hasn't even reached the pilot stage yet. So that's going to do it for this edition of the Global Game. On behalf of all of us, I'm Marc Power. A bientôt.